ओंटारियो सरकार ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹਾਈਵੇ 412 ਅਤੇ 418 ਤੇ ਟੋਲ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਵਿਟਬੀ ਵਿਖੇ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ ਕਾਨਫਰੰਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ओंटारियो ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਡਗ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਦਾ ਐਲਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ। ਪ੍ਰੀਮੀਅਰ ਫੋਰਡ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ 5 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਤੋਂ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹਾਈਵੇ 412 ਅਤੇ 418 ਤੇ ਟੋਲ ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਦੇਵੇਗੀ। ਇਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਓਟਵਾ ਡਾਊਨਟਾਊਨ ਕੋਰ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਦਰਸ਼ਨਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਟਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਕਾਰਵਾਈ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਵੀ ਸਵਾਲ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ।
Before I begin, I'd like to address the evolving situation in Ottawa. Police have every tool they need, and their indications we're now starting to see progress. The people occupying Ottawa have been given plenty of time to leave peacefully. They know their consequences for not doing so, and I continue to encourage everyone to leave immediately. I have every confidence in our law enforcement to bring an end to this, and they continue to have my full support. Now, on to why we're here today. My friends, today's a great day for Durham Region, and it's a day we promised would come when our government was elected, because paying to use highways 412 and 418 is an unfair burden for drivers in this region. It costs residents and businesses more of their hard-earned money just to get around their own communities. In fact, highways 412 and 418 are the only tolled north-south highways in Ontario. It's costly and unfair. And while previous governments were fine with that, we aren't. The tolls put in place by the last government are totally unacceptable, and we're delivering on our promise to get rid of them. Starting April the 5th, our government is permanently removing tolls on Highway 412 and 418. They're gone, they're done. Getting rid of these tolls will bring real, tangible relief to the people of Durham and surrounding regions. It will cut costs for families and provide more travel options for residents, helping reduce gridlock on local roads all across Durham Region. And it's going to help local businesses be more competitive by making it easier for folks to get to them. We know that this pandemic has been tough enough on people and businesses. Removing these tolls, putting money back in the pockets of hardworking Ontarians, is the right thing to do.
ਓਟਵਾ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੜਕਾਂ ਤੇ ਰੋਸ ਪ੍ਰਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਵਾਜਾਈ ਨੂੰ ਰੋਕਣ ਵਾਲੇ ਸੈਂਕੜੇ ਟਰੱਕ ਡਰਾਈਵਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਟਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੇ ਸ਼ੁੱਕਰਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਘੱਟੋ-ਘੱਟ 100 ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ। ਓਟਵਾ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਦੇ ਅੰਤਰਿਮ ਚੀਫ ਸਟੀਫ ਬੈਲ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਘੱਟੋ-ਘੱਟ 100 ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਕਰੀਬ 2 ਦਰਜਨ ਵਾਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹਟਾਇਆ ਜਾ ਚੁੱਕਾ ਹੈ। ਸਟੀਫ ਬੈਲ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਸੜਕ ਤੇ ਕੰਟਰੋਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਅੱਗੇ ਵਧਦੀ ਰਹੇਗੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰਾ ਕਰਨ ਤੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਗ੍ਰਿਫਤਾਰ ਕੀਤੇ ਗਏ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਪ੍ਰਦਰਸ਼ਨਕਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਅਗਵਾਈ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ 4 ਆਗੂ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਾਮਲ ਹਨ। ਇੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਮਾਨਤ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਜਦਕਿ ਬਾਕੀ ਜੇਲ੍ਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੰਦ ਹਨ।
We're here to provide you today with an update on our operations to end the unlawful protests that have done so much damage to our community and so much harm to our residents. The operational plan is moving ahead as we expected, and the contingencies we've put in place are effectively dealing with the threats we're seeing on the ground. I thank the Ottawa residents for their patience and support as they watch this operation unfold. I also thank all the planners, officers, and emergency personnel, many of whom have come from across the country to assist us. I'm proud to work with all of them. Their assistance has been vital to the success we are seeing so far in this operation. We're in control of the situation on the ground and continue to push forward to clear our streets. This methodical and well-resourced plan will take time, and we are here to see it through to a safe ending. Last night, we began to take additional actions towards implementing our operation. We moved officers and equipment into key positions throughout the city and took up 100 checkpoints around the downtown core. We began making arrests of key individuals who were responsible for organizing these unlawful activities. This morning, public order units and a significant number of officers were deployed to support our operations. We first focused on the Nicholas Street area, where unlawful protests were gathered with trucks. Even this morning, all unlawful protesters were given many opportunities to leave. Officers then turned to the intersection of Rideau and Sussex, making more arrests and clearing that location. As of 3 p.m. today, we've arrested 70 people. They have been charged with multiple various offences, including mischief. Work is underway by the City of Ottawa to remediate and clean up the area that we have gained back today. We also saw children that were present in the area. We've prepared for this and have plans to ensure that these children are unharmed during our operation. Before I take questions, I want to acknowledge that these are not the images that Ottawa residents want to see. Ottawa is a welcoming and diverse city. It's a city we're all proud of. We regularly host lawful and peaceful protests.
ਓਨਟਾਰੀਓ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਸਟੀਫਨ ਲੀਚੇ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਿੰਸ ਦੀ 5 ਪੜਾਵੀ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਐਕਸ਼ਨ ਰਿਕਵਰੀ ਪਲਾਨ ਦੀ ਘੋਸ਼ਣਾ ਕੀਤੀ। ਮੰਤਰੀ ਲੀਚੇ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ 2022 ਤੋਂ 2023 ਤੱਕ ਸਕੂਲ ਬੋਰਡਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ 26.6 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਡਾਲਰ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਦਾ ਨਿਵੇਸ਼ ਕਰੇਗੀ। ਇਹ ਫੰਡ ਮਾਨਸਿਕ ਸਿਹਤ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਬੋਧਿਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਬੁਨਿਆਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਦੇ ਹੁਨਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਜ਼ਬੂਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਨੌਕਰੀ ਅਤੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਹੁਨਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਕੇਂਦਰਿਤ ਕਰਨਗੇ, ਵਾਧੂ ਸਟਾਫਿੰਗ ਪ੍ਰਦਾਨ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਟਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਵਿਦਿਆਰਥੀਆਂ ਦੀ ਸਹਾਇਤਾ ਕਰਨਗੇ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਕਿ ਸੂਬਾ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਰੱਖ ਰਖਾਵ ਅਤੇ ਨਵੀਨੀਕਰਨ ਲਈ 1.4 ਬਿਲੀਅਨ ਡਾਲਰ ਦੇ ਫੰਡਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਵੀਨੀਕਰਨ ਵੀ ਕਰੇਗੀ।
For the 21-22 school year, for this school year, we provided our public education system with record funding and additional staffing to keep students and staff as safe as possible. In fact, we increased investment in public education by $584 million to a total of $25.4 billion. But we know the learning recovery journey for many students is not over and will require additional supports, tools, and investment. And that's why today I'm proud to announce a plan to support learning recovery, focus on academic achievement, and the mental well-being of our province's next generation. Now, since coming to office, we have increased funding in public education in each and every budget. Today, I'm proud to announce we are going to be increasing education funding even further. We are doing so with a projected total of $26.6 billion for the coming school year. For September 2022-23 school year, a historic level of investment coupled with a detailed plan to support learning recovery and positive mental health. This is an increase of investment for the coming school year of $683 million, 2.7% year-over-year increase, more than 9% than in 2017-18 under the previous government. Now, we're making these investments because we know all students deserve the opportunities to succeed, and we want them to benefit from a world-class education system that prepares them for the jobs of tomorrow and the rapidly changing and competitive global economy. Now, as part of this investment, we're putting in place a learning recovery action plan that is focused on our publicly funded systems with an expansion in reading, in mathematics supports, and in mental health. It includes targeted programs to support the continuity of learning, student resilience and mental well-being, and our continued effort to modernize Ontario's education system.
ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੀ ਮੁੱਖ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਹੈਲਥ ਅਫਸਰ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਥੈਰੇਸਾ ਟੈਮ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮਾਡਲਿੰਗ ਅਨੁਮਾਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਸ਼ ਅੰਦਰ ਓਮਿਕਰੋਨ ਵੇਰੀਐਂਟ ਦਾ ਖਤਰਾ ਘੱਟ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਅਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੋਵਿਡ-19 ਨਾਲ ਸੰਬੰਧਿਤ ਜਨਤਕ ਸਿਹਤ ਉਪਾਵਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਢਿੱਲ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਅੱਗੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਪਾਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੌਲੀ-ਹੌਲੀ ਖਤਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਵੇਗਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇੱਕਦਮ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਪਾਬੰਦੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਨਾਲ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਿਰ ਤੋਂ ਭਾਰੀ ਵਾਧਾ ਦੇਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ।
Since the last update, multiple indicators show that Canada is past the peak of the Omicron wave, though infection rates remain elevated and hospitals are heavily strained. In the presence of overall high vaccination rates, health authorities are closely monitoring improvements of these epidemiological indicators in order to guide the stepwise easing of measures. For the immediate future, key preventive measures remain important for relieving the accumulated pressure on hospitals. Some measures will also be important for protecting vulnerable populations and maintaining readiness for a possible resurgence. This includes reducing vaccination coverage gaps and encouraging the use of personal protective practices, such as avoiding crowding, opting for well-ventilated spaces, and wearing masks as appropriate. Though we are hopeful we are approaching a period of reduced transmission, allowing Canadians a chance to regain a sense of normalcy, we know that SARS-CoV-2 virus is not going away. To that end, we must also use this time to prepare for the longer term by maintaining a cohesive approach across the country, strengthening capacity for rapid detection and response, and using personal practices as and where needed to better protect ourselves and each other. Note, due to changes in data availability, there is significant uncertainty in these forecasts. The three scenarios shown in each figure show that while Omicron activity has likely peaked, easing of public health measures could still lead to resurgence. The blue line trajectory show that with a moderate effect of easing public health measures, we could expect a limited resurgence of daily cases, with potential for a more modest resurgence in daily hospital admissions towards the spring. The red line trajectory shows that with a more substantial effect of easing measures, we could expect a larger resurgence of daily Omicron cases, potentially exceeding prior peaks. But similarly, the peak of daily hospital admissions could be much lower.